lure me in to do that Ray Romano. I'm not going to do it, Jason. I'm not going to do it.
I feel like Westbrook from the other day, just throwing it to guys doing lobs, and they just rattle on the rim and fall out.
This is 2021 Westbrook. This is where he's in Houston and no one likes him, Westbrook. So, he's in DC. I'm sorry, he's in Washington now.
Yeah, I saw a video of him. Like it was just a long video. And it was titled "Westbrook makes good passes, but nobody can make a shot."
That's the story of his career for the past 3 or 4 years.
Yeah. That's why he had to do it himself.
I know. He's like, I wouldn't have to be scoring 50 points a game if people, actually did something. But then the people he tried to shoot with he didn't get along with. So what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? I mean, I wouldn't get along with people too if I gave them, hey, do this layup, and it rattles out.
I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna do some 1-star reviews. This is Andrew Van with 1-star reviews, and I'm with my buddy, original guest and co-host, Jason Underwood of the Bearded Ones Comedy. I don't know why I said comedy. I meant to say comedy. I don't know why I said comedy. Look, just fuck it. The Bearded Ones Comedy Podcast. There we go.
Right. All versions of comedy and quamedy, all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Hey, I was trying to look for this fucking comedy podcast in fucking Boston. I couldn't fucking find it, so fuck. Bill Burr, right?
Hey, real quick, I want to bring up something. So we've, like you say, comedy podcast, and we're trying our best, each week to find those funnies. You, my sir, are the reason I had one of the biggest laughs ever on my show. And this is because we do roasts every once in a while. We did the roast of Tyler Perry, and Andrew sent in, he was gracious enough to send in a clip of you doing some Charles Barkley roast jokes. And I don't know if you remember this. I told you at the time, but your set was great, and it built on itself. Everything worked, and it got to the point where not even the jokes, but just what you were saying was making me laugh. And you'd just be like, okay, let's get to the chuckles.
Let's get to the chuckles. That's a pun off of my name. Thank you very much.
Yeah. And then you said, I guess Mike Tyson was on the dais, and you were giving him some talk, and you're just like, I ain't scared of you. I ain't afraid to get knocked down some stairs.
I'm afraid to get pushed down those stairs.
Yeah.
Because my man's 6'7". He ain't got to get pushed around.
Yeah, I know. And that made it funnier. Just the image of Charles Barkley flailing and fumbling down some stairs.
You may be good at boxing, but I'm pretty good at boxing now. I don't have a ring to prove it, but I don't need a ring to go against you, Mike Tyson. Don't hit me.
But you know what? If you do, I ain't afraid to fall down those stairs.
Ooh, big man, you got a big tattoo on your face? You want to see my tattoo? Well, it's a family show. Too bad.
But I was...
It's on my penis.
There was a pause in our show, and Evan's just like, okay, buddy,
you were trying to catch your breath.
Yeah. I was just done for a minute, man. So that was just... that's episode 385, Roasted Tyler Perry, and that was a blast.
I had to do and scene to myself because I was just random riffing as Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
But speaking of random riffing, my buddy Jason Underwood here, we are going to fill in, and we are going to do some 1-star reviews on vegetarian option restaurants because what has it been 5 years now? You started your weight loss journey, lifestyle, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I just screw it. No meat, no beer, no bread. It was all I was eating was pretty much vegetables, no cheese. And
of the big three of the meat, beer, and bread, which one came back into your life first? Beer, I'm guessing.
Beer, yeah, I guess so. I think bread came back first, and then beer, and then meat later. It got to the point where people kept telling me you kind of need meat in your diet. And I'm like, I don't know. Anyway, I eventually started eating meat. I'm proud to say I don't think I've had a hot dog in a while. So no hot dogs.
Because there was a stint in your life you had too many hot dogs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was a pretty staple part of Underwood's diet for a good long time. But I don't know if it's a diet called.
I don't know if it's funny that you referred to yourself in third person or the fact that you made it seem like your family eats nothing but hot dogs. Like, oh yeah, we had to cut that out of the Underwood diet. It's a remarkable thing. We've been eating hot dogs since centuries. It's a passed down tradition.
Yeah, it's always uncomfortable on holidays when friends come over. They're like, "Where's the turkey?" It's like, yeah,
Oh,
just keep
look,
a
we made
handful of
this
hot
wiener
dogs.
into a turkey. We put the two legs with two picks on the side.
Yeah.
It's a real
Uh,
skinny turkey. It's a malnourished looking turkey.
don't go to Underwood's house for Easter. You just you get beanie weenies in the eggs.
Y'all want some turkey wieners?
Yeah. It's every birthday. Every birthday instead of a cake. Unfortunately, candles in the wieners.
Cinco de Mayo is crazy at the Underwoods.
Yeah. You know how people push a lime down into a Corona bottle?
It's just got
Yeah,
the yes anding just got worse and worse.
yeah, worse and grosser. I know.
But yeah, no, I thought of you, and you were a very essential. It's been 1 year. It's been a year since we've been doing these 1-star reviews for Greenville, South Carolina. The
Hmm.
popularity has grown. We've had several business owners find me on Reddit, Facebook, Twitter, and so on. And I'm proud to say that this all started kind of as like a joke, and you were the first one to experiment with me while
Really?
you were visiting my house, and I said, hey, you want to kill some time and test this idea out? And you were like, sure, I don't mind getting fired, let's do it. And then we did it. So we did go back to episodes 1, and I believe I skipped you to 3 or 4. We did, I believe, Sobeys, and then we did Rick Irwin's and Nantucket, I believe.
Yeah, Nantucket. That's right.
Because I remember we read a bunch of the reviews were like, I drove an hour to get here. And this is what was, I was like, no one fucking told you to drive an hour.
Yeah,
You told
right.
yourself to drive an hour.
Hmm.
So to celebrate,
I could drive an hour to Disney World and be like, man, Disney World sucks. Road rage can stay with you.
Mickey was not nice to me. He didn't know I drove an hour. What the fuck?
The
So,
H, yeah.
so we are celebrating this monumental just lifestyle you've had, man. Like you look good. You've been looking good. You've kept it off. You've toned and all that kind of stuff. And
Thank
I
you,
thought to
bro.
myself, what vegetarian places are good? So I thought to myself, first off, I love Tupelo Honey. Genuinely, it was a restaurant that came to Greenville about. I remember. So I started Alchemy Comedy in 2012, and they had just opened up that same year. Because I remember we would used to go there sometimes after practice, and I don't remember uh, I'll tell the story at the end of the episode here. But I genuinely like Tupelo Honey. It's right in the middle of downtown Greenville. It's in the One Plaza right there off Main Street and Coffee Street intersection. You'll see the big BB&T building. There's Clemson University in the same building, Anthropology in the same building. And right on the other side of the first floor, Tupelo Honey, originally out of Asheville, North Carolina. We have a location here, and it is served wonderful Southern cuisine, modern cuisine, vegetarian. There's poultry and there's meat on there, but they do have a wide selection there. And I'll read this one here from, this was just 2 months ago. Order the sweet and spicy chicken sandwich. Supposedly its chicken is brined for 18 hours. That's a lot of research for someone's chicken sandwich. Okay,
Yeah.
the only flavoring I could taste was the sriracha, and it was overpowering. Once you got past the sriracha, you tasted the old grease flavoring oozing from the potato bun. I was so happy to try it and only to be let down. If I wanted to eat old greasy fried chicken, I would have just gone to a fast food restaurant. Needless to say, I will not return.
Yeah. Yeah. It's I mean, everybody has a bad day behind the griller, and you could accidentally slip out a greasy chicken. I mean, it is cooked in grease, so it's you can't get upset. Like, man, I was changing the car oil and I got oil everywhere. It's like there is grease involved in this thing.
Uh-huh. The,
Yeah.
the greasy chicken slip. It's like a bad
Yeah,
child's poetry.
I know. But I do like the concept you said. How do you know how long it's 18 hours in this like unless
I
I
hope
don't
that was like on the menu, like written that way, and they were like, "Oh, it's been brined for 18 hours." Ooh,
Yeah, but also how do you know, like how can you tell, like, oh, this has only been brined for a day, 16 hours. This ain't a full 18-hour brine. This is bullshit. You know, I think you're taking this a little too seriously, and but mostly, let's be honest, you want the breading. The breading is the best part of the chicken. Chicken on itself is just kind of bland.
it's like people who wine taste and they like, "Ooh, I can taste the tannins." I'm like, "Fuck you, you cannot." Shut up. It's like, "Oh, this chicken's been over brined,
Yeah.
please."
Hmm. Can you, some people go like, can you go reheat this? Can you go rebrine this, please? I'll be back in an hour.
Let's see. Got another one here. They had an adults eat free deal, and so we ordered at around noon to pick up at 6 p. What? At around noon to pick up at 6 p.m. Well, I get there and wait. So at 6:38, I asked them to check and see if I was in the queue. They were searching my ticket in a pile of tickets, not even up to be cooked. I asked to cancel my order and left. I heard her say they were running an hour and a half behind on my orders. Why give someone 6 hours notice and they still can't manage time? So this person pre-ordered their meal 6 hours ahead of time,
Yeah.
and they were still running behind. Wow, like how do you guys do dinner? You and your wife, like, do you guys like plan that far ahead for dinner, like, or do you meal prep?
Sometimes we meal prep, but we normally go. I mean, we go places and get a takeout thing. We don't try and do it ahead of time or what have you. You know, we've been just going to this taco joint a lot recently where we're happy to just kind of chill and eat outside. But 6 hours, that is a little crazy, but it is I mean, also they're prompt, you know, they're trying to be ahead of the schedule, but they're also cheap as hell, aren't they? I'm only going to this because it's adults eat free. That's the only reason I'm here.
Yeah, I've never heard of adults eat free. Like, kids eat
Neither.
free is one thing because they want to get like families in there and you got to pay for the adult meal and so on. But I've never heard of adults eat free.
Me either. I mean, how desperate is Tupelo Honey? I mean, I'm sure it's a reason for it. You know, it's maybe in concordance with
Hey,
like,
adults eat free, but we're going to charge the shit out of your kids.
yeah, just the reverse. Like, my kid just had a grilled cheese sandwich. Yeah, I know. And it's $19.
Ooh, is that a juice box, bitch? $30 for that juice box.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah. So you got to realize walking into an event where an adults eat free situation, a lot of people are going to go to this thing. Okay. So yeah, it's, you got to like, this is them doing a favor for the whole, you know, the whole neighborhood, the whole city. It's like, look, we're going to just give away food. You know, I don't think homeless people, when they're in line waiting for a good meal, they're like, shit, there's a lot of people here. You know, they're just waiting, they're getting food, you know?
Mhm.
So be cool. That's probably the moral of this one.
Be cool because it's free.
Yeah. I had to wait for my free food. Kind of a jerk thing to say if you think about it.
It's like yelling at your parents like when you're a little kid. I've waited forever. You're not paying shit, so shut up.
Yeah. Did you pay for this this brined chicken that I'm making dinner with? No, shut up. Yeah, I saw one. This is going back to the same kind of concept, but 1 star. If you want old greasy food, this is the place for you. If not, I wouldn't suggest it.
That's just like,
again, they
like
weren't specific.
that's like a bad jingle on the radio. If you want old greasy food, this ain't for you.
Yeah, it sounds like an anti-political ad or
Hi, I'm Tom Steyer, and if you want greasy,
yeah.
yeah,
like this is KFC going, if you want old greasy food, that is the place for you. But if you're not, I wouldn't suggest it. I would suggest KFC.
Is that your Norm Macdonald, Colonel Sanders?
Oh no, I wouldn't even try to do Colonel Sanders. But let me give it a shot. Let me.
All right.
Yeah, I love missing. I love missing free throws. Here we go.
And click, go, action.
If you want old greasy food, this is not the place for you. But I mean, it is the place. If you I wouldn't suggest it.
Look, normally I give you like a lot of hell for your impression. That is the best impression you have done in any of the shows I've ever seen you in. That nails the radio Colonel Sanders so much. You have no idea.
All right, I'll take it.
I want to go get a greasy old chicken sandwich now because of you.
They need to cut that out and put that like on their radio ads from now on.
1-star reviews brought to you by KFC's old chicken sandwich.
Yeah. But something about this one is I noticed they don't specify like what kind of food. I mean, yeah, like we already talked about, some of the chicken comes with, you know, is grease involved in it. I mean, if they're coming out with like greasy biscuits, okay, that's not great. You know, coming out with greasy, I don't know, name a thing. then we can get a little more behind you, but you're just so vague. We don't know.
Speaking of vague, I like this one. So I want to preface: we normally don't read any of the reviewers' names just for confidentiality reasons. It's just even though we're messing with trolls and messing with people who are genuinely upset with some things, we just like to be somewhat professional.
Oh
However,
yeah.
this person's name is Crazy Cole, Crazy Cole, and this is what Crazy Cole had to say 5 months ago. It is currently April 2021, so this would have been December 2020. Place really sucks. They serve really weird food and it tastes terrible.
Oh come
But
on.
but this is the best part. A response from the owner because this person's name is Crazy Cole. Hi, Crazy.
Right,
Hi,
you know,
Crazy.
what's the
Exactly.
first name?
That's all they can go with. They just know it's
Yeah,
crazy. Hi, Crazy. We apologize for that. Our Southern cuisine didn't hit the mark, and we wish you had made something easy for you to enjoy. Please do not hesitate to reach out to our manager during your next visit if anything is not a percentage in the future.
that's funny. That's funny. They just use the first name. Like, okay, that's what you give me. That's all I can say.
Yeah, pretty much
But
like, well, all right.
yeah. But what was his criticism? Things were weird.
Uh,
Like,
Place really sucks. They serve really weird food and it tastes terrible.
well, I go to an Indian place. That's exactly what I'm going to say inside. But I realize, oh, this just isn't food for me. So I'm not going to type that. It's just everything's subjective, including food. And this guy clearly he wants the Underwood diet of kind of just hot dogs. That seems like his deal.
The old
So,
Underwood there.
what else here? We got 1 star. And I love, let's pay attention to the when these were written, because some of these are
Mhm.
like right in the thick of last year,
Oh
which
yeah.
is puts another level of something on it. So anyway, 1 star. I was staying here for a business trip. Hotel staff was bad. Went to the restaurant, ordered the salmon, and wife ordered pork chops. Both came out raw. Don't recommend. The service was bad. Hotel was even worse. Don't recommend it at all. I don't know. Maybe cut that one out because that's just that was just
Wait,
mean.
does this person even know like what? Like, wait, what, I don't understand. What does a hotel have to do with the review for Tupelo Honey? There is no hotel except for across the street, kind of with the Aloft, unless that's what they're talking about.
Yeah, that's true. Why are they bringing the hotel in this?
Yeah, I know the Tupelo's like, whoa, hey, we didn't. Okay, I mean, we were okay, but like the hotel's what you're mad at.
Yeah, don't pile the hotel onto our thing. Shit.
Jeez.
That's like saying I went to McDonald's and the I went to the McDonald's and the museum across the street sucked when I went there earlier, So don't go to I don't know. Maybe there's no way to really equate that, but that was weird.
Let's see here. Would not seat 2 people 30 minutes before close on Christmas Eve with 2 tables available. Southern hospitality at its finest.
Again, this is a situation where you think about it. This is, I imagine, this last Christmas.
Yes.
Yeah. COVID protocols all over the place. You can't fill every table. The idea is you spread them out. So Christmas or no Christmas, you kind of got to follow these rules.
Mm-hmm. And like on Christmas Eve, like I don't know, like what are you doing out and about? Like I'm sorry, like you are, hungry and all, but it's like I don't know, like for me, my rule of thumb is unless for some odd reason, like there is just no other choice. I do not like to go to a restaurant at all within a 30-minute range of them closing.
That true. I've worked in restaurants before, and when you're like 5 minutes, 10 minutes away from like, okay, I'm done, and a family walks into your section, you're like, okay, all right, let's do this. Whatever.
Like I gotta pay for college. Come on, let's do this.
Yeah, that's and also, so it was, would you say 20 minutes before they closed?
It was like 30 minutes before on
30
Christmas Eve.
on Christmas Eve. Look, these people want to go home. This is not the Christmas present that they're expecting. Oh, yay, Santa let me work an extra hour.
Ho ho ho, bitch. Man, apparently a lot of people here's a spoiler. A lot of people are very particular on fried chicken on these reviews. Have you noticed that scrolling? Like there are
Yeah.
most of the reviews or ones are if they're like chicken wasn't cooked right, not crispy enough, soggy, or if it's like some of it's undercooked. Like, okay, I get undercooked chicken. I don't want to die. But I can tell also in the South, if you don't cook chicken just right, it's over. People get pissed.
Yeah. You ask 10 grandmas, how do you cook chicken? All of them cook it differently and all their families love it. So if you swapped all the chickens, everyone's going to be like, this chicken's gross. So people are real particular about the chicken.
This one's weird. This is from 3 years ago. Wasn't impressed. The environment and the setup was nice, but the food wasn't that good and definitely wasn't worth the price. Don't think I'll go back. If you want good food that's going to fill you up, don't go here.
Look, the only thing wrong about this one is they said the food wasn't worth the price. I mean, look, it's, what's your favorite fast food? Chick-fil-A or something like that. Sure, Chick-fil-A is great. And if you're real hungry, I'll pay $10 for a chicken sandwich. So the food quality doesn't matter. It's just, it was fine quality food. Sure, it might have just been a little pricey, but it still doesn't, there's no knock on the food.
Mm-hmm. I see this 1-star review here, and mostly it's a very long one, but the skim of it is they were so particular because they don't like that the menu changes every season. Basically, are you a fan of that? Are you a fan of like the different options every season, or do you like having your own staple of things you can rely on?
As long as they have 6 or 8 normals, and then you can mix it up whatever you want. Because there's a restaurant in town that does that where it's like every week it's kind of different, but it rotates. You go, I think it's like fall, it's always the same, and summer it's always the same, but it does rotate. I think if they got a couple of staples on there that are consistent, that's okay.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, too, on like bad 1-star. So this one is from 4 years ago, and so I won't read the whole thing because it's very long, but the gist of it is I'll just read the first couple sentences. This refers to the Greenville/Furman University location, which turns out is not a franchise. Absolutely the worst experience I've had at a restaurant. Server was not attentive at all, even though were told we had tickets to a play for the 8 p.m. campus. 6 people, by the way. Food came out extremely late. Fried chicken tastes old, blah, blah, blah. So you get the gist. They were so angry. They didn't care that it was a different Tupelo location, and they knew ahead of time that it's like, hey, we know it's not really part of your location, part of your franchise. We're still going to put the 1-star on your location, though, for people to see. Is that cool?
That's not cool. That's not cool at all.
Went here with my family. Poor customer service. Never been treated so poorly by management. They don't even know their own menu.
Okay, well, I mean, people are new. They don't always exactly what is in the creme brulee. They're not going to know that off the top of their head.
There's sugar. There's milk.
Can you just give me the menu back, please? I want to put your food in. Tell me what's in the rice pudding. I want to get your order in, please. What the hell's in the coleslaw? Go.
I don't think I've ever had rice pudding. I don't think I know what rice pudding is.
Ooh, rice pudding is good, man. Even Cozy's. I think Cozy's brand rice pudding. It's in the it's near the whipped cream. Shit, good, man.
I like this person again with a very lengthy one, but the very first sentence is Tupelo Honey review, SC review by blank name, who's not even their name. This person who's a man use a woman's account. I guess I'm assuming his wife's account. Like, honey, you still got that Google account?
Make your own.
No, we gonna share this like we share Facebook. Okay. You were with me when we ate here. You are one and the same with me.
Now, what's the password? You keep changing it on me.
Is it our favorite son or is it the last born?
The last boy.
Trick question. We don't have a favorite. We're good parents. That's not true. Parents do choose one. I'm just saying. We always say we don't, but we do.
They choose one, but it's a different one every week.
Exactly. You got to keep them guessing. You got to keep them guessing. Keep them on their toes.
Okay, I found one. 2-star. Oh, you got a better one? What's up?
You go ahead. I'll say this one in a second.
Yeah. Here we go.
2-star.
2 stars. The food was okay. Man, you know what? Whichever one you no, we'll go with this one. The food was okay. Ambiance and location was nice. So far, so good. All 3 dishes that we ordered were pretty ordinary. Okay, it's not bad. We ordered salmon, buttermilk fried chicken for main dishes, and my son ordered mac and cheese. Kind of disappointed with the food quality, but they just said the food was ordinary, especially because the restaurant had great reviews. We will go there and check a few more times on the menu to make sure we did not order something wrong. See, that's a good way to approach it. You know, like, hey, maybe this time we just swung out. Let's try something else on the menu, because you can't judge a whole place on like the mac and cheese and that's it. You got to mix it up. You got to try the different stuff. So, this is 2 stars, feels a little low, but hey, good on you. That's a decent review right there.
This is the one I was giggling at. It says 1 star. I hate life. That's it.
About Tupelo Honey?
That's all it is.
Oh my gosh.
You ever eat somewhere so bad that you just like hate everything?
Yeah, I mean, again, that's like you can go to Disney World and ride the rides, and afterwards you're that bummed out. You're gonna be like, "Well, how's Disney?" I hate you.
This is a sort of related story. That reminded me of the. Did you know the whole like Iron Man story, Robert Downey Jr.? Did I tell you this story?
I don't think so. No.
So in Iron Man 1, there's the scene where he comes back from being captive, and he's like, happy, I want blah 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 blah, and I want an American cheeseburger. And then he flies in. The first thing he has coming off the plane is a Burger King cheeseburger. Mm-hmm. So that's an homage to his real life, where apparently a few years before he took Iron Man, he went cold turkey on drugs, because in the 90s and early 2000s, like he had arrests, drug problems, all kinds of issues.
Sure, of
and one day, apparently, the story goes that he was sitting in a car high and eating Burger King, and then he realized, taking one bite out of Burger King, how disgusting Burger King was, put it back in the bag and threw it along with the drugs into like a pond or a lake, and then swore to give up drugs from there because of Burger King.
Wow, that's and that's kind of a Phoenix story for Burger King, to be seen as these are the reason why he quit drugs, because we're so crappy. Hey, we get a plug in one of the most popular movies ever. So that's cool.
it was like a reverse plug. It was really cool, and they acknowledged they had fun with it too. So,
so they know they're not from creme brulee. I was gonna say creme brulee. I was mixing up foie gras and creme brulee. I didn't know what the fuck I'm saying.
Burger King knows who they are. They know exactly what they are.
They know. But I want to put this on you. Whatever next one you find, can you just do me a favor and read it as Charles Barkley?
Yeah, I'll do one more. You got one more?
I think so. Yeah.
All right, good.
Okay, while you look, I'll read this one. 1 star, 2 months ago. Walked in about 11. Nowhere on Google or your site did it say reservations were required, but we were turned away and told we needed a reservation. The unfriendly hostess said that they could put us down for 1:30, but we could not wait there. Extremely off-putting. We also were wanting to eat dinner there tonight. I think we will pass. Well, first off, you said you're not allowed to wait there. Yeah, because usually when you're talking to the hostess, you're standing in the middle of everything. You can't wait there. You gotta scoot it to the side a little bit. But it's another one of the couples or family that says, yeah, I could pop in on I imagine a Sunday or a Saturday at 11 noon. And yeah, sure, there's going to be plenty of tables, especially in COVID protocols. And no, come on.
All
These
right.
places are busy.
Yeah, I think for servers, like honestly, the worst time is if it's not COVID to be a server is like Mother's Day, Easter, and like your Thanksgiving holiday ish times because those are the times, especially Mother's Day. It's like nightmare because people are just asshole. I think you and me talked about this in one of the first podcasts we did together, but people just are so rude because they're like, "Oh, my mom deserves the best," and it's like, "Well, your mom didn't treat you manners apparently."
Right,
So
right. Yeah. My
uh,
mom's soup is cold. Heat it up. But I'm a beach up.
in front of my mom because I love her. All right, this one is from 4 years ago. Horrible mac and cheese. The photos on the side item was presented in a small cast iron skillet and left me overall excited to order it. What I got was worse than what I could have got at the KFC down the street. And they took a picture of the mac and cheese with the picture of the mac and cheese from the menu to show how
I
disappointing. And
appreciate that.
it doesn't look that bad comparatively. It just doesn't look perfect. I'm sorry. So it's
So it
like
doesn't look as good as the mac and cheese and
it
the
did.
skillet.
It didn't have like the whatever, like the accoutrements, the little
Yeah, the
seasonings on top.
topping.
Yeah, it
Right.
didn't have like whatever cilantro or shit on the green onions, and it's like it doesn't look exactly like this. So
Yeah,
they're gonna lose their shit.
honestly, you treat mac and cheese like birthday cake or whatever. It's not going to be a perfect slice all the time, but look, all the goodness is there. Just because it's in a pile doesn't take anything away from the taste. Come on.
So I'll say this. This is a true story of Tupelo, and this is what I was going to say at the beginning, but I decided to wait to the end. So again, let me reiterate. I love Tupelo Honey. They have a really good breakfast menu. They got tons of vegetarian options. I love their either fried or seared okra. And I even left a good 5-star review from 3 years ago where I had like their pork belly one year. It was really good. But anyway, this happened when they first opened. So it was maybe like 3 months of them opening in Greenville, South Carolina. I had just started classes with you at Alchemy Comedy. There was a group of us on a Tuesday night. It was like me, Griffin. I think I want to say either you or Ben. One of my teachers was there with us, and I think Joe Johnson. And we went to Tupelo that night. And again, going back to the whole like, don't go to a restaurant 30 minutes before they close because either the service is going to be horrible because they're ready to get the hell out, or the food's going to be horrible because it's like whatever's remaining. And so I order, and I've been to Tupelo, North Carolina. I've been to this one like once or twice before I came to this particular time, and so I wanted to get the burger, and I asked for it, and the waitress brings back a veggie burger, and I say to the waitress, I believe I ordered the Tupelo burger, and she goes, "Huh, let me go check," and then she comes back, and like to me, it's just like, why did you need to go check? Like, I just told you what I wanted. Like, why did you just like want to go check?
Yeah.
And then she comes back and says, okay, so I found the ticket. You're right. You did order it. It was the cook in the back who messed it up. And then there's nothing else to be said. Like, she just kind of stares at me and I'm kind of just looking at her. And then she goes, I mean, are you sure? And I was like, what? So she went to go leave again. And I remember looking over at Griffin and I was like, am I going crazy? Did I order the veggie burger or a regular burger? He goes, well, I'm pretty sure you ordered the regular burger because I remember her asking you how you want it cooked. You wouldn't ask that for a veggie burger. And I was like,
True.
good point. So she comes back and then she goes, well, I mean, it's still a burger. I was like, what the fuck? So
I know the French fries fell on the floor, but they're still fries.
So I ate it because I was hungry and I just was like, whatever, I don't care. And so then I went on their Facebook and I wrote a review. Which is maybe the start of this whole thing. But I told the whole story, detailed everything I just said. And then they found me Facebook Messenger and they asked for my email. They called me and apologized and sent me an email with a $50 gift certificate.
Cool.
So, cool. Customer service is not always great, maybe at the moment, but you know, if you speak your piece and you're kind about it, or if you go like me and just write a terrible Facebook post, you never know what could be make amends of that. So
yeah. I mean, as long as what you're writing is accurate and what actually happened, then look, these restaurants can work with you, and that's how it goes. So it all worked out in the end.
Check out more reviews with 1-star reviews, myself, Jason Underwood, and check out Jason Underwood's podcast, The Bearded Ones Podcast, with him and Evan Harris. It's a great podcast. They've been doing over 400 episodes. Is that right?
Yeah, man. We uploaded 410 just recently.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Evan has been watching Bly Manor, and so Evan's so late on all this stuff. He's watching. Last
Hey,
week we
Jason, you
talked
seen that
about.
movie Titanic? It's pretty great.
He's like, I'll catch it in a couple of years. Don't worry. From
uh,
Bly Manor and Haunting of Hill House. It's been really fun, though. It's been really fun.
I love Evan. We need to have him on this podcast sometime. I think it'd be fun to have both of you kind of banter back and forth with these reviews and just kind of pick apart the things there.
Oh yeah, it'd be a blast.
But check out
Yeah,
One Star Reviews.
You guys can check out the Bearded Ones Comedy Podcast. Our home base is kind of on Podbean, so check us out there. But we are streaming wherever you listen to shows.
Absolutely. And check that out again. More One Star Reviews. Give us a like, subscribe, and all the audio platforms you're already hearing us on: Google Review, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Spotify, even Amazon Echo as well. Give us all the reviews there. We appreciate that. We'll continue more episodes. Vegetarian options for the month with Jason Underwood here in just a second. I don't know why I'm doing a radio voice, but I am.
Just a second.
Oh, and we're going to come right back in the Outkick the Farm, blah, blah, blah studio.